desert sun. Every step that you take could be your final one. In the burning heat, hanging on the edge of destruction. You can't stop the pain of the children crying out in your head. They always said that the living would envy the dead. So now you're gonna shoot bullets with fire. Don't wanna fight, but sometimes you got to. You're a soul survivor. There's just one thing you got to know. You got 10 more thousand miles to go, because you're one of the living, and you can't stick together. One of the living who's gonna make it tonight.
We will be back in some form.
We have an army of digital soldiers, because this was an insurgency.
Hundreds
folks.
dead, thousands infected across multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents? Well,
all the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, you are.
All right. Hope you patriots out there kicking ass, taking names. Welcome to the party, folks. The PatriotPartyNews.com. I am your host, Chaz Carter, better known as Underground Patriot, coming to you live from the Wolf Den, folks. All day, every day. We're doing it up in here. I hope all you awesome patriots on this Friday night are kicking ass and taking names. Where you guys watching us from? Hello. North Carolina, New York. North Carolina. What's up? ATL, baby, in the house. Good to have you. What's up, Oregon, Washington State, Cali in the house, New Mexico, Texas. Oh, my goodness. Kentucky. What's up? Arkansas, Kansas. What's up, Germany? Glad you got power still, I think. You're watching us. Michigan, good to have you. Texas. That's all I'm seeing on my screen now. Go Texas. What's up, Michigan? Australia in the house. Long Island, New York. How the hell are you? Little Rock, Arkansas. Woo-woo. Go Dogs, Georgia in the house. What's up, Kennesaw? I see you. Jersey. What's up, brother? Delaware in the house. Spartanburg. What's up? Arkansas. Northern Kentucky. Northwest Ohio. McTown, Tennessee. Indiana. New York. West Virginia. Pennsylvania. New Zealand in the house. And if you didn't already know, they're in Alabama. Missouri, what's up? Tampa Bay, Florida. Alabama. Jonesboro, Arkansas. Florida Panhandle. Blount County is in Alabama. Iowa. Nebraska's in the house. Louisiana, Michigan, British Columbia, Canada, eh? Hi from Illinois, North Carolina, Minnesota, Michigan, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Good to have everybody. All right. Coolness, awesomeness, and that's what it's all about, folks. All of us patriots being unified. one single angle. Here we go. It's where the cool cats go to get their daily intel news and bread. That's right, the Patriot Party news, folks. More than just a website. We are a full functioning badassery Patriot broadcasting network, broadcasting around the world 24 freaking 7. Okay. But don't forget, guys, if you're not a part of patriotshoot.com, you are missing the boat. I'm starting to understand why things happen the way they do. I'm starting to understand why we're about to see a lot of these social media platforms out there go bye-bye. That's why we're here. That's why you need to go ahead and know about us right now, and you need to get on the platform and check out something called what we call Talk Time, where you get to connect with other patriots around the world at a grassroots level. You get to hear each other. You get to talk to one another. It's the most amazing thing ever, and we got it here on Patriot Shoot. Check it out. Also, folks, just want to let you know that we are proudly sponsored by Anti-Aging Bed. As I've been telling everybody, I can not only speak for me, but I'm pretty confident for Warren as well, and countless others on the platform that are watching us. These products are absolutely amazing. You want a good night's sleep. You want to feel well rested. You want to be grounded. Oh, it's amazing. Go to antiagingbed.com and also put in PPN for your discount code. Trust me, you want to take full advantage of that as well. Also, folks, right after us, we have John Baxter coming on tonight. Anti-Aging Bed at Dark. Tonight, see here. Troy Casey is a certified health nut. He started out as a Versace model in Milan 30 years ago. Anyway, he's the most leading holistic health authority in the movement, and is a nutrition expert and a medicine advocate. And he wrote a book called Ripped at 50, and is in one of his best-selling books. Anyway, that pretty excited about seeing that show right after we get done with this. It's going to be pretty freaking cool. Let me go ahead and see. I see Warren is in the house. Let me go ahead and bring him on. You good, Warren? All right, cool. What up?
What up? What's going on?
Pretty excited. Super excited.
Me too.
I love it.
Things are
So,
looking good. A lot of stuff happening.
Yep. All kinds of good stuff. Market took a plunge today. Obviously, we were expecting that. Of course, we were expecting this here too. New York Post putting out their Clinton cabal exposed. How interesting is that? Start seeing this in mainstream media. I remember when you used to tell me this, boss.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And mainstream media, I thought, was always going to be in here with us. Finally telling the truth, and it's about time. I think everybody's about ready for it.
Absolutely.
You had the stuff about Hunter. You got the stuff about Assange going on. Just that's what's going on. These laptops are fixing to get crazy. You've got Ezra Cohen coming out with some statements about the national security memorandum on partial revocation of presidential policy directive 28. I hadn't read all the way into that, but when he talks, I'm going to listen because he's saying something. We got to deal with old Elon and Twitter. Was that this morning? God, the days are flying by.
Yeah, but you have you seen what's come out just a little while ago? Maybe
No.
you have, maybe you haven't. So this is what Elon just did. He turned off Starlink over Ukraine. Done. And they're madder than a wet hen right now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who else is talking about it is Christopher Miller.
Really?
And this is his recent Twitter post right here. Ukraine troops reported outages of Starlink devices on the front line, hindering efforts to liberate territory from Russian forces, Ukraine officers and soldiers told us.
Well, this is all stuff that we'd kind of guess was going to happen. You know, I mean, it's happening right in order too. It seems like.
I like the Russian uniform right here. They suited Elon in. I think that's a trip.
I didn't even notice that was his face for real. To tell you the truth, man, I'm looking for a major curveball coming here on something. I don't know what it was. It's just something that I keep seeing, and we got cyber attacks. And in fact, if Gandalf is coming, I want him to tell me something. You know, what's going on with cyber attacks? What is that doing? Is that just computer? Is that's how we're fighting these days and stuff, and what it means to us and everything. There he is.
Oh Lord,
what's up?
Who just stepped in here?
What's going on?
Well, I came over here to I put a document together. I've been doing this more often. I'm getting some good feedback in the lair over the stories being there. So I started to go a little bit a different way. I'll answer your question here in a second about the ludicrousy of thinking you can actually have some privacy online, because you can't.
Right.
It's a myth. So if you talk about cyber, you know what? The internet has not been a nice neighborhood for a very long time, right?
You know that very well, don't you?
Well, yeah. So if you look at the way that information flows back and forth, and all the stuff that's going on with who's tracking who and who knows what, and IP addresses and where are they, and did they drop ballots, and there's a lot of information that's gotten dropped on the public that are maybe a little more savvy now about, you know, what the internet means. Here's the truth. When you get on our phone and we tap an app, you don't know what you're giving that access to. I mean, it's taking all of our voice prints and knowing where we are and tracking us everywhere. So cyber is not so much about this one little thing over here, this one little thing over there. It's about taking all of those pieces of data and putting them into a much larger database. And that database currently is an AI, not artificial intelligence, but assisted intelligence. It's a big, huge computer. They take all that information, they throw it all together, and then they can build a digital persona of you. And they can say, well, I wonder where Warren is today. They'll take all that information that will prognosticate where you are. Now, if you happen to have taken that extra little piece of metal, whatever you stick in your arm with the thing that comes out of the front, the jab, then you also have a chip in you. And now game over. I mean, I've seen too many videos where a guy walks in with a radio detector into a cemetery, and you can, where the people who got jabbed that are in the cemetery, unless they have a lead-lined coffin, you can see Bluetooth signatures come off their body. And they're not there anymore. They're dead. So what's doing that, right? So cyber is about track and trace, it's about manipulation, and it's about knowing where you are. So if they decide they can come and get you, they're going to come and get you. Then you've got all the way out to being able to manipulate people. And I mean, I've seen some stuff to support that, but they're not there that calculated about what they can do with us. They've got all sorts of robots and everything else. It's about extinction event. Always has been. But one of the reasons we're here is we're looking to
antennas. Is that right?
We are the antennas. We're already electrical.
It's kind of where I'm going with that. You know, even if you haven't taken the jab, you know, we're all down on the people that take a jab, and all the same, whether it's because our feelings are hurt or because they did it and we told them not to, or because we just are like, "Dad, burn," you know, don't do it. You're in a mess. Well, we're in a mess too. Is kind of where I'm going with that. That we should consider that these cyber attacks are not necessarily on our government, on the president. They're on us. That's what
the cyber attack's the old thing, right? That's when you break into one thing. They're taking all these pieces that are hanging out there and putting them together. This is way more devious than just saying, "Hey, I'm going to steal your credit card number and buy my girlfriend lingerie," or, well, if I had a girlfriend.
That's what the little guys are doing. That's what the little guys are doing that are kicking money up to the big guys. These guys are looking at all of us. Is kind of where I come from.
Well, I like this thing. I've used this in the past. The uptime, it's the back end systems. You can really tell what's going on. But this is just another fear fest. This is just digital fear porn. Okay. You know, oh, my stuff, it's all going to go away. I'm going to lose all my data. They're going to break in and see my selfies. And the kids really worry about this. I'm not going to have internet. I've heard younger class say, I saw this kid one time. His phone was at like 2%. And you think his dog was dead, and you'd have to drag it down the street. He couldn't live without his phone being next to him. So that's a lot of what's here. And that's a vulnerability point too. The mobile.
Gotcha. You know, I keep hearing about all these things that we've been wondering when they're going to come out. Like, when is Durham going to come out? Well, Durham files motion to seal the government witness list until Monday. Trial begins Tuesday. We've got this thing we were talking about just a second ago with Cohen. All these things with Assange, all of the narratives that we've been looking, you know, they get this narrative going, hey, this is coming, whether that's a part of fear porn or whatever, I don't know. But here it comes. You know, it's like we got some of this information 3-4 years ago, but they've started ramping it up, it looks like. Now I'm looking for it coming, I mean, real quick, you know. It just seems like that's what's happening. It's a narrative being built.
Well, this is where we're on the same plane. We, you know, smart minds think alike here, right? So I went through and was doing my story lineup, and I had never really seen this pattern before. This is complete confusion. Usually the mainstream media has their poop in a nice group with a bow on the top, and they're giving you a fork, telling you to eat the fear, right?
Right.
In the first section up here, we've got Jimmy Dore coming in at 3 different layers, and Jimmy's pretty good. You guys know Jimmy Dore. He's a YouTube guy. So these are 3 stories in a row. The first one is, so the Ukraine war is over. All right, the well is run dry. They got to do a news cycle. This is the fastest news cycle roll I've ever seen. They got, oh, wait, the war is over. The war is dead. Long live the war in North Korea. So the first one in this segment is Jimmy saying, hey, look, Ukraine's over. So what? The checks started bouncing, so they got to go to North Korea? That's what it smells like to me. Hunter's getting in trouble, so they're running from the scene of the crime. Sounds like it might be to me. That just really puts a picture in place that, you know, we might be ahead. I don't think we've been ahead this late in the game in quite some time. I like Jimmy. He's red pilling himself slowly over time. It's fun to watch. So, and these are all pretty long. I was just I'm putting this as much to an eye of people being able to put the stuff together and look at the way the trend is going. Jimmy is a real reporter. He'll make these statements that, why isn't the media covering this? I'm just a stoner comedian in my garage. He's very straightforward. So first it's the Ukraine war is over, and oh wait, here's the next war. Boom, right there. They usually give us a breath. Catch breath before they slam you with another war. Oh, this one's bad. It's nukes. Oh man, they're putting missiles up. Oh, then we spoke too soon. You know that pipeline? It does work. I know we said it didn't work. I know we showed that bubbling cauldron for all that time, and ships were going to sink into it because of the gasification of the water and buoyancy. And no, it works. It really, it's just out of nowhere. Make up your mind, please. Is it dead and the Russians no one's going to get gas? Is it they're getting gas now, but they fixed it like a Superman came in and looked at it with heat ray eyes or something? It's just not believable anymore. And the MSMs and mainstream media's in there pulling a whiteboard out and going, okay, guys, we got to spin again. We need another offense, because no one believes it. No one believes it. You know, my intention is that we replace them, by the way.
Is it what? We replace them?
We replace them. Yeah. I know we might not be the most polished actor out there, but at least we're coming at it truthfully and not trying to blow sunshine up your possible exits. So then if you go down here to the next side, this is all the same kind of thing about Russia and the Middle East and Russia and Zelensky. So the first one here, activity by the Russians, and all the way down in the Antarctic. So this is an actual shot of a Russian sub in the Antarctic. Well, what's that all about? Out of nowhere, there's nothing there. Right? A helicopter over the Russians, and they go get an 80 boober over the top of them.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
It's okay. Every time I just touch it, the volume cranks out because I got to share the audio.
Yeah, sometimes you'll say, "Can you hear that?" or "Can you see that?" So I want to make sure you didn't.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So we don't know.
There you go. Go ahead.
Nothing in the Antarctic ever shows up, but yet we're getting helicopter coverage. You're not supposed to be able to use helicopters down there because of the magnetic north and all the other crap.
Well, it'll go right into a big green screen here in a little bit, probably.
Something's going on here. Are they playing tag?
No. What?
Yeah. So there's a marker drop over there. So that's usually associated with the supply drop. I mean, what's happening?
I don't know, but you'll see a forest here pretty soon if they stay too long. If they, not in this one, but There's a lot of films. If you get deep into this stuff, you can find out what that place really looks
Is that the lost nuclear sun? Somebody said in the chat.
I mean,
so you, Chaz, the other day I was talking about the annual that my uncle had on that thing, and he said, "Hey, yeah, it was crazy, and he didn't know exactly where I was going with this, but I was asking about how long did he travel around that ice wall, and 8 to 10, 12 days, something like that." And then he said, "Yeah, well, they went under it and did this." And I said, "What? They went under what?" And he was like, "They went under that ice." And I said, "Well, where'd they go?" He said, "Well, they came up on the other side." And I was like, "Well, what's on the other side?" He said, "That's what I'm asking."
that's the $1 million question.
I said, "Did y'all ever get out of the icebreaker?" Because that's what he was on, was an icebreaker in 1954 and 55. And he said, "Well, I didn't, but anybody that did get off, that went on to the ice wall, they never came back. He never saw them again, never heard from them again." And the other day, I showed that at my meeting with Juan. I showed that to Juan, and he was extremely interested in it. Wants to talk to my uncle. Wants to go meet him. And
that sounds like Juan.
Huh?
That sounds like Juan. Go directly to put his finger on it.
Yes, and just loved the annual and seeing all the pictures that I had of the annual and everything, and really wanted to talk to him about some instances, and it was a neat thing. It was cool. So I'm gonna
this is a bifurcated thing here. We're talking. I was trying to wrap up our news line here because they're all over. They never are this scattered. They have their poop in a fine group. Most of the time, they're all saying the same thing. That one video where all the newscasters get together and mimic each other? It's like a chorus. We're 1,000,000 miles from there. Someone high up didn't come up for work today. I mean, I don't know what's going on. So at the top, we've got our stories up there, and they're saying, "Oh, look, there's a new war. Don't pay attention to the old war. Long live that war. That war is dead. This is the new war." Then you get down here, you have the Russians in the Antarctic. That's some fear porn. And then I just want to put this one up because if you believe that this guy is an actual politician, he was an actor. Hit that thing right there, and it's not completely rude. There's no nudity or anything. It's just I don't like the guy. So is that the one you're at on the puppets and strings? No, that's the sub one. Oh yeah, is that it? Yeah. So look at this. It's him dancing in this video. The MSM never shows this kind of stuff. That's him. That's the president of Ukraine. What? Yeah, that looks like the Pet Shop Boys and a male drag show had a show and put it up where they shouldn't have. You want to censor this guy. This is the Salty Cracker. He's one of my favorite news guys, but he's a little rough. And he just rips into Zelensky and the fact that he's complete fake. And then we pull back around here again to say, "Oh, wait, there are nukes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, Ukraine's over. Oh, Ukraine's not over. Oh, wait. Oh, here's the thing. Wait, that's not true." I've never seen him this scattered. And if we get down to the bottom, Fox joins in and starts putting some fear porn in here. And look, I don't trust that Wiley Fox. They're trying to bring hope in. This is confusion. I've never seen the messaging this confused, and the news cycle moves so fast. I mean, it's like trying to explain to your mother that you're not drunk when you come in at 2:00 in the morning and she knows you're stinking of it. There's no way you're getting away with this.
Right.
And then down here at the bottom, we've got my boy Blue Water, who puts out some intel, and he's saying, "Look, there's no nukes. They're fake. They don't exist."
Well,
and this video talks about how they don't exist.
I have to probably agree with that.
So up at the top, they're saying nukes, war, fear, pain. And then Blue Water comes down here and says, "Look, you guys are idiots. And oh, by the way, the scare event is coming now, this weekend."
You're saying that, or he said that?
He says that. He says, and so they ran with the Venom in the Water story. Look, you want a scare event? It's coming for all the dummies that know everything, which is all those people you say it's happening. They say it ain't happening. That's why it's happening. He goes on and rants and rails, name calls a bunch of people. I just took that part out. But she's here saying, "Look, you talk to someone, they don't think it's going to happen. This event is for them." Not the truthers who are going to say, "Ha, that's a movie."
That's where we're supposed to be. That's where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the ones that know what's going on. So
aren't you scared
for it? What?
Aren't you scared? Come on, you got to be scared, Warren. Get the mood.
I'm good.
That fear.
I'm comfortable. I'm good.
So this is who is this? This is Obama and the reptilians. Yeah. At 156, minute 156, you see that eyelids and the eyelids. And it doesn't look too photoshopped. Looks like it might be real. I don't know. There's so much happening. My head's on a swivel.
With enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, plant enough conspiracy theorizing, flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, plant enough conspiracy theorizing that citizens no longer know what to believe. Once they lose trust in their leaders, in mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won.
So right at 156, there was a reptilian blinking. It was an eyelid thing, and look,
Hang on, did you say 156?
154, minute 154. Is that right?
No, this is 44 seconds total.
Oh, I might have put the wrong thing in there because I was moving fast.
Okay.
Okay, that's right here. It's this one. Yeah, it's the one that says it's right there on number 5, I think.
Okay, guys. Well,
it is number 5. Yeah.
Yeah, here's number 5.
Yeah, that video was tied to the intel. That Blue Water guy puts it in the description.
All right, there you go.
So you go to 150. This is the hey, ask a good question to try and get the sleep people to critically think, which they obviously can't. They would still right here. Look at that. What are that? The gill eyes? That's the second layer. That's supposed to be their reptilian eyelid.
Oh.
And that's supposed to be a vril. It looks like now that looks like it might be a folded image, but they don't. I don't know what that is. Is there extra eyes? Is that a robot? I don't know. It ain't normal. And then the last one here, you don't really need to hit. It's I'm going to start putting this at the end. This guy Dan Radio Style, I think he's the best daily news recap that's out there. He's good. He's straightforward. He picks good stories. It's a clean show. So since I'm going to be doing this more regularly,
break that down with the mask, the material, the wonder material graphene.
Huh?
Holy smokes!
So this is the pure graphene set. It commonly forms those pieces with a common resonant charge.
Right.
And right now that thing is right there. It looked big, but it's not supposed to be a transmitter. This is old. That's from 16, 17. This is old tech. That's 5 years ago. That was what they were going to deploy if Hillary won.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that's your news break. I'm going to go back and play with the girls. You guys good or you want me to stay here?
Whatever.
We're talking flat earth over there. I got maps. I got all sorts of
stuff. Do your thing. You're good, man. Go. You're good. We're all good. We're just talking right here.
Well, I just you got some stuff here. I mean, I'll leave to your show. That's why I don't command it. I get finger wagged at me for talking too much by all the people in the cloud of witnesses.
Oh, we'll be all right one way or the other.
Roger that. I appreciate y'all.
All right, brother.
Thanks for letting me butt in.
See you.
See ya.
So he's going to talk time. That's what he's doing. Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah, he's in there talking about flat Earth and stuff. He talks till 4 o'clock. He called me this morning at 3:30 this morning. And of course, I was up, and he's like, man, he called me. He texted me and said, hey, can I call you? And I said, yeah, just don't get me freaking hyped up. I got to go to sleep, because he'll call and he's talking a 4 miles, just real fast, and he's excited and he's this and that. I'm like, yeah, call me, but chill out.
On Patriot Shoot, if you want to hear some Gandalf on Talk Time, that's where he'll be. That's interesting.
So there's a lot of people, Gandalf has come on here on the scene, and it's been great, and I love listening to him. So, Gandalf is someone that if all these crazy little things that I dabble in, when I first met him, I was so interested in what he had to say, because those are things I've dabbled in 15 years ago, 10 years ago, when you could find the stuff. And then it went out, but I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody to talk to about it, because I thought I was crazy, and everybody else did too if I talked about it. So that was neat when, he said, come on over there. That's cool, So, but just so everybody knows, just because I've read the stories and I know what he's talking about for the most part, that doesn't mean that I necessarily believe it or whatever. And he's telling what's going on in his mind, whether he believes it or whatever. But, everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. I thought that, we're going to bring people on. I want to bring people on who look at, I want to hear the different opinions. I want to hear the different thought processes that people go through, just even in their everyday life, about what's going on. And whenever this craziness happens to where we've got new people coming in, there are going to be people like all of us. There's going to be people that are just chill. There's going to be people that are hyped up and wild. There's going to be people that have crazy stories, that people that just cuss every time they talk, with people that just say, well, yeah, I like smoking weed and doing LSD. There's going to be all sorts of people that come in through our path. And there's a lot of people that are okay with hearing that, and some people that are not okay. And that is your decision. That's your decision to say, I believe in that. I'm going down that path. I'm not going down that path. I believe that person. I don't believe that person. It's just like, I've always thought that we're just kind of bringing a message, and hopefully there's enough people out here that everyone will get what they need, because it doesn't matter if you listen here, you listen there, or whatever. It's you getting what you need to give you the best information for you. So we're all different, and if we're all the same, it'd be a freaking boring place. So, take everything with a grain of salt that you hear, to figure out if that's something you need to know. If it's not, cool. Nobody's forcing it on you. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. There's people, people that just, cuss up a storm, people that talk about this, that we don't want to talk about, people that talk about only the children and the drugs and things that are going on in these tunnels. Some people don't want to listen to that. Some people, and that's okay, so that's something I've been thinking about. What do you think, Chaz?
I'm wondering if this is going to happen.
What? It's going to break?
Separate from or whatever. This is what they're wanting to do, is divide us. And then what do you think's going to happen over here to California? That's pretty wild.
Oh no, they're going to give me a bridge or something. I ain't got time for all that. I'm going to, I can swim. Heck with it. We'll have floating and flying cars by then, so I ain't worried about them. So what do you think? These cyber attacks are real. They're coming in hard. We got a scare event coming. It looks to me like the China-Taiwan thing, I was reading through something that I was looking at the other day, and I'm always writing down, this is what's going to happen in the order. And on this one, apparently I thought Queen's going to go down. There's going to be a lot of talk about laptops coming out. Something's going to go on in Gitmo. A lot of cyber attacks. The investigations are going to come out. The scare of the stock market, scare of nuclear war. I got on here, China, Taiwan, scare event may not have to happen. We know it's already done. Deep state false flag to look like Russia has fired that shot. And I'm wondering when the final trains and planes are going to go down. And I think that's something I've always been looking for, to say, okay, this is a big thing. But it seems like little places, little things like that have happened, maybe even to get us used to it. You know what I'm saying?
No question about it. Fox is looks like they were breaking in. They got Jim Jordan on about all this Hunter stuff about I guess with everything there, they were coming in and talking about that. You know Jim Jordan? You like Jim Jordan?
Oh yeah, but
Finds
there might be some issues there.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk to elected officials. Don't we have whistleblower laws that allow people to go to people like yourself or Senator Grassley or Johnson and say, this is happening, this shouldn't be happening, this is against the law? Why would Garland be intimidating people into silence like that?
Because they don't want the truth coming out. Look, there's a political narrative at the Justice Department. They're going after their political opponents outside the Justice Department. Kind of makes sense that they're going to do the same thing inside. We think there's now retaliation. And Sean, we've talked about this. The first time I mentioned this issue about those 14 whistleblowers, those agents coming to us, was on your show the very next day. The very next day is when Attorney General Garland issued that memorandum saying, oh, no, don't be talking to the Congress, trying to chill their speech. So, again, that's how political this place has become. And we know about the double standard here. One set of rules if your name is Clinton or Comey or Strzok or Page. A different set if you're Scott Perry, a sitting member of Congress, what they're going to do to you or to the former president. So that's the problem. And it's why we got to get to the bottom of it all.
So I agree with that 100%. You think about what was the other thing that just happened? I just saw flash across the screen. I'll have to find that real quick. But didn't mean to interrupt you, Warren. I just saw that coming in. I thought that would be something.
I'm totally good. Earlier they had some pretty cool stuff. Now, I will say that earlier you had Kanye West all over the place. His stuff is coming out a lot. I've got a picture of him standing right next to Elon. So it looks like he's going to have something going on. You know, the other day came out and they were talking about his wife had was so in with the Clintons. And he said, how in was she with the Clintons? He said, phone call away. You know, so we know they've been playing nasty, and whether he's all up in it and, you know, he's trying to pay his dues, or he's going to be a Romel or a death or whatever, something's going to happen with him. Who knows? He could have been playing for the good guys the whole time. There's just no telling, you know. He's a different sort, you know.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, he was just what was the one thing he was talking about? Kim. He was bringing up a lot about Kim being up. I didn't realize they were billionaires. I guess I was naive to that. But
they got money they ain't folded yet.
Money they ain't got folded.
Seriously, they got money they ain't folded yet.
I don't think you've ever said that one on a live before. That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Came to mind. I don't know.
So cool. So everybody's going to wake up and their bank accounts be just the same or different.
No. I think I'm gonna go back not talking about that. I don't think it's my talk time on that stuff anymore. All I care about is freaking the crimes against humanity and the freaking Hunter stuff and the Brennan trial and the Durham stuff coming out and WikiLeaks and McAfee and freaking Project Veritas, and that's what I'm interested in. It's over. It's just going and going. It's just it's happening all over the place, and people are waking up to it. That's what I like. People are waking up to it. I don't have to worry about offending anybody. I wasn't real worried about it anyways, but you know.
Mike Penny had sent over something he saw on the internet, and he was saying, "Man, I'm trying to confirm this. I don't see how this could be the real deal or what." And someone had either Mark Z had sent them an email, uh, but they edited the email. They took a screenshot of it, saying that it would supposedly, I guess, their intentions were to convey that Mark had sent them a message saying from 50 days from the start of October 21st is when the RV would take place. And it looked fishy to me. I did some further inspection. It seemed like it had been edited. So you know what I did? I just got a hold of Mark Z himself, and I just said, "Hey, just want you to know this is floating around." He said, "Oh, geez." I was like, "So there's your answer. That's not true. So if you happen to see that floating around, just know that you're going to have sensationalism with a lot of folks in a lot of different places, and it's going to get bad. I can already start to see it happening where everybody is throwing, I shouldn't say everybody, but you're going to see the masses throwing a lot of mud up on the wall of all kinds of stuff. It's going to be scary. It's going to be fun. Um, but you just sit back and chill. You got to sit back and chill. Watch this play out.
Did you see that? Did you see that oil painting picture that I think it was Jennifer Mack put on? It was said it was inspired by 107's presentations on our commander in chief standing with strong Americans in this historical moment in time. Did you see that? I put it on like a couple of places.
I had not.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
It's a trip. I was looking at it to say, is there some comms? Because, you know, if Juan sends me something, that's the first thing I do is say, okay, what's going on here? But it might not. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, I'll send it to you.
I mean, that's the pay. Isn't that the pay that Juan's been sharing all over the place? Is that the same one?
No, he sent it to me. He sent it to me, and I was like, cool. So I started sharing it.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Well, again, we've got John Baxter up next. That'll be pretty cool.
Now, tell me about this guy that's coming on. Somebody sent me something. I hear he's like 50 or 60 and just ripped or something like that.
Yeah, he ripped out the frame. He's let's see here. I'll find it. Here we go. So Troy Casey, he's a certified health nut, started as a Versace model in Milan 30 years ago, and most notable in leading holistic health authority movement and is a medicine advocate and a nutrition expert. He's also a really good person, and that has been assisting humanity on topics such as the First Amendment rights and exposing truth around health disinformation for many decades. He has a book called Ripped at 50, and it's one of his best-selling books. It seems like that's going to be a pretty kick-ass show. I'm going to have to check that out. Anyway, that's right after us. Matter of fact, we probably need to go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. I'm going to let you do the closing there. I'm sure there's some other things that you might want to cover.
Well, there's a thing here. You know how I follow Whiplash, you know, and it had on here 11.3 King Charles IBOR equals banks. Take a look at this from March, apply to October, greater than Red October, replace Queen for Charlie. Read from this upward. Let's see here. QFS, Black Swan, inbound, something about Mary or Stellar, October 7th, Binance linked. Blockchain hit by 570 million crypto hacks. I went up here and on this thing it said QPost 873 at Snowden. We are going live 24. Comb your hair. IBOR in red October Eve. This scares them more than anything. Loss of control. Use logic. Nothing to do with AT&T. must be regulated to prevent censorship and narrative push. Let's see here. Q570. Will Sessions drop the hammer? Snowden open source the Great Awakening. Fight, fight, fight. Open source equals stellar. To me, some of that stuff is just talking about the stellar and Ripple and stuff. And by the way, XRP has been freaking rocking and rolling lately. I want to see where it is. It's going up a penny and a half a day. It's at almost 52 cents, and just the other day it was at freaking nothing. Whatever's going on, and XDC is doing the same. I don't have Stellar on this one, but I got it on another one. I tell you what, I've been listening to these people when I'm going around, and of course, I'm trying to guess what's going on. XRP, XDC, Stellar, silver, gold, freaking what stocks. I'm just always listening to that. And the one common denominator that everybody is saying, and some people that we listen to, and they keep throwing it at me, is freaking silver. Everybody says, oh, this and this, silver, or this and this and this, silver, and we know that it's so conductive and it's used everywhere. And now it's used in such healing methods, it's always been used in healing methods. Why did the elites use silver plates and silver forks, true silver, silver mugs, silver, whatever they are? They ate out of them. It was for healing reasons, Back in, if you believe in Tartarian stuff, or if you believe in just whatever, the elites ate off of silver. It's amazing all this stuff is coming back to us,
Absolutely.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. That's why one of the big things is the frequencies and stuff. I just think that you can be healed with the frequencies. I know I was, so something to get into. Now, John comes on at what?
9 Central, 10 p.m. Eastern.
I had somebody tell me, and you might I might be wrong, but they said that if we're on the show, and if we get off, like let's say that John's coming on, that you can actually, if we go up to it, and somebody can just push a button and just continue watching, and it's John's show. Is that how it goes, or do they have?
No, because that's what they thought last night, and it ended up shutting down our Rumble. It doesn't, because I'm broadcasting out to Rumble. That's why we need to be able to cut it off.
What you do? You get off so that you can do the other things. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Well, not necessarily. I've got to allow Rumble to take in the recording and then be able to distribute it out.
Okay. Gotcha.
So on that. So
that's my last words. That's my last word. Appreciate it, man. I'd say listen to John. I'm gonna watch John, and he's really.
I'm excited. I think that's going to be a pretty cool show, especially this Troy Health Nut guy. I can't wait.
I like it. Quality folks.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Y'all go watch John Baxter.
See you, man.
All right. Bye.
All right. Another one in the box. So, yes, right after this, we've got Anti-Aging at Dark with John Baxter. And you guys enjoy it. God bless the Republic of the United States of America. And God bless you, Patriots. Without you folks, there is no tomorrow. Take care.
Recorded earlier, and we're just now able to bring it to you, but we've been monitoring it for a while now, and as you can see here, it's pretty incredible. We're not exactly sure how or why.